Where a 32-year-old woman is set to appear at the Verulam Magistrates Court this morning after attempting to murder her newborn baby. The woman was arrested outside her place of work on Saturday. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan is at the court. Karinda, good morning to you. Tell us about this really horrific incident and how the child was found.
Good morning to you, Mpo. Yes, it was on Saturday that the woman was working at a clothing factory just nearby the Verulam Magistrates Court. And according to employees who called a private security, they had found a newborn baby boy just outside the factory. When medics assessed him, they found that the baby boy still had his umbilical cord and his placenta attached to him. They also found a cloth tied around his neck, and it's alleged that his mother, who had just given birth to him, had tried to strangle him before throwing him outside a window that was about 3 meters above the ground. Now, after investigations, private security have confirmed that the mother had just taken about over an hour break from her work with an excuse to go to the toilet. She spent a lengthy amount of time in the toilet where she is alleged to have given birth to the child and then thrown him outside the window, afterwards leaving work immediately. And employees did help track down the mother. She was found in an informal settlement nearby Verulam with her boyfriend, and after investigations it emerged that the mother has 2 other children, and of course her boyfriend says that he wasn't aware that she was pregnant in the first place. She declined any medical assistance from authorities and actually requested to be arrested, we understand, because she wanted to go to a place of safety because of the anger of community members surrounding her who came to hear of the news.
Do we know at this stage, Karinda, where the baby is?
Well, straight after the incident happened, we understand that medics were immediately called to the scene, and after examining the baby, they immediately started putting him on life support because, of course, he was in very dangerous conditions, found in very dangerous conditions at the time. We understand he's been transported to a local government hospital where he is in the care of nurses, and they will be working with the court and social workers to determine where the child will stay as the court process goes on, and where he will perhaps grow up in the near future if he is allowed back into the care of his mother.
We also know, Karinda, that this is not the first incident of this manner in the Durban area. You've reported on several cases where mothers abandon their children. Do we know the reasoning behind it and why we're seeing such a growing trend of such incidents?
Absolutely. There have been several cases of women abandoning their children, and we have in the past spoken to members of organizations that are advocating for child protection, and they tell us that there are various reasons for child abandonment cases, the most rather popular of which is, of course, poverty. Women who cannot actually care for their children and don't know that they can go to places such as hospitals or police stations to ask for assistance. They instead abandon their children in cases such as this, not knowing what to do. I must also tell you that in the several cases we have seen, only one in this year has been brought to conclusion at the court. In January, a woman here in Verulam abandoned her baby boy at a dump site just nearby her house shortly after giving birth to him. He fortunately survived the incident. The woman, after several court appearances, has been found guilty. She did plead guilty, but she's been sentenced for 6 years behind bars, but this is a suspended sentence. There are several other cases that are still being postponed at the court as investigations continue, as well as child custody issues continue.
Thank you so much. Let's leave it there. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan following that case, really a heart-wrenching case of child abandonment. Of course, we'll continue to bring you up to speed as those proceedings get underway in court.